or in that direction, because that's what he felt like drawing, because it was Tuesday and that's what he wanted to draw. So that's it's nice to have that freedom, and it's nice to have to just be to have a project, to have something that I regularly do where I can actually do that.
Hmm.
Um, Not that the other jobs are bad by any
Oh
stretch. I'm
God, no.
grateful for everything. Yeah, yeah. You have to have structure. You have to have, if somebody's telling a narrative, you got continuity. You have lots of things to worry about. And with Nira, it's just you. It's I just want the book to be a lot of fun. I do try to also keep things in line. Try to keep some continuity. Try to keep characters. If they've met each other before, there's that recognition when they meet again. There's things that carry through.
Hmm.
Um, but the book it's more important for me for the book to be fun and to be kind of in the moment, uh, than to really be too rigid with it. So and you could tell that it's like, oh yeah, yeah, he's in a playground. That's where he's at.
Yeah, your fun, like the fun you have with that book, is incredibly contagious. I mean, actually, that's
Mhm.
probably, if you're gonna steal a quote from me, I think that's the one you should actually steal. It is a
I,
contagious.
I I like that. Yeah, that's the best I can hope for. That would actually make me super happy if that was just the case.
Yeah, no,
If somebody reading it also had the same type of fun reading it as when I'm sort of drawing it and writing it and stuff. So
yeah,
because that's how I end up writing it. I sort of let me see. I could probably show you. Yeah, I'll show you. I'm rolling around in my chair here.
no worries.
This is what the issue looks like before I actually start penciling real pages. So I actually
Thumbnails.
fold up the correct amount of sheets of paper here. So I've got the comic book completely laid out. Get in camera. I've got all the thumbnails and partial script, partial ideas of where things are going. So this is the whole book,
Hmm.
and I keep on erasing it and keep on going over it and keep on going over it. And if I don't like where it's headed, I will rewind. I will throw sheets away. I will erase stuff. I'll redraw stuff. Until this comic book is the way that I want it to go. And it's like okay, I mean, this is fun. This is cool. Then now I'll actually start drawing the real pages and tightening things up and really getting down to the nitty gritty.
I love that you have an old school style like scripting. Like that reminds me. I saw once upon a time I saw Keith Giffen do a
Mm.
script of Magnus Robot Fighter, and the cool thing,
Yeah.
like it's something very
Mm.
similar to what you just like. Thumbnails are generally a part. Like every artist I know that works in any capacity
Mm.
usually thumbnails the book, because
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
you really don't want to screw this up as you go. It's kind of one of those.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, exactly. That's a lot of work to go through to all of a
Mhm.
sudden make changes. I used to buy those. You remember it's not like it's an old thing or anything. Like you go to Office Max, you get those huge post-it note bulletin board kind of things. Like you're doing a presentation. So I used to have one of those hanging on my wall, and then I would draw all the pages on that big bulletin board, and then just look at them, redraw them, look at them. Sort of like the way you got storyboards for a movie, the way they just pin them up all on the wall, so that way you can just see all of them all at the same time. And I like doing that. That's a really cool way of doing that, because you get to see an overview of the whole book all at once. But I like doing this a little bit better, only because when I open up the book to the correct page, I could see how the page sits next to the adjacent page, and then
No,
I could see how your eye is being drawn from page to page.
yeah,
It's neat to
it's actually it's clever because you can actually look at the book and go, okay, this is gonna work, or oh shit, this isn't gonna work. This isn't what I thought it would be, and
right,
and
right.
and that's always it's always a good it's always good to have that base. Let's
Hmm.
just right,
Yeah, yeah.
let's figure this out. What's and I mean, obviously your mood might change in terms of story time, in terms of the stories you tell, but
Hmm.
but that all said, like you get a real clear idea of what you want, and then you're like, okay, now I can go to town. And there's a lot
Right.
less mistakes when you get to the actual bigger work. It makes total sense.
Yeah, yeah. It's just building from the ground up. It's like,
Yeah.
and when you do have to make changes, erasing a stick figure. It's going to be a whole lot less.
Oh, it hurts far less. It hurts far less.
It's like, no, I really like that stick figure. That was my favorite stick figure.
Please don't erase me, Mr. Bill. No.
I'll save it for later. I'll save that stick figure for another story. All right, you're gonna have to forgive me.
She'd be like, "No, what are you doing?"
I know. So you'll forgive me as I bite into.
No,
Doritos
we're
off camera.